How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over an updated list of the players that we've had revealed so far in the Run It Back Choice Pack. These players will be released tomorrow around noon Pacific time, I would imagine, and we're going to get 11 players as it lists here. But I wanted to talk about a few different things in the video. We'll also have some gameplay about halfway through, so there is a variety of things in this one, and I'll go ahead and hide the face cam. We'll get right into it. As of right now, we have 7 of the 11 players revealed so far out of this pack, and honestly, I'm thinking either 3 or 4 of them will actually be pretty good, and we'll go ahead and talk about those players in this video. I'm also going to include the one that I missed while I was making the video yesterday. MLB The Show revealed another player, so we'll actually start off with that player right now, and that's going to be the 96 overall Carlos Gonzalez. And Carlos Gonzalez has a great swing in MLB The Show, and really has had a great swing in every single MLB The Show game, to be honest with you. One thing to keep in mind about this card is that it is a different version of Carlos Gonzalez than we've ever had before, right? A Gold Glove Award Series version of Carlos Gonzalez, and he also had an Evolution player item in the game previously. I'm seeing that sort of trend here for a few different guys like Dennis Eckersley. Ivan Rodriguez recently got an updated card in, the 8th inning event, or the 8th inning program, I should say. We will have a player revealed from the event, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. 97 overall Carlos Gonzalez was a signature series card in last year's game, so his attributes will be a little different. Probably some better fielding as well. I think with a Gold Glove card, he might have, a 90 overall fielding rating, and will have diamond fielding out there in the outfield. But who knows? I'm hoping for a little bit more power against both sides, but I'm always hoping for a lot of power with a lot of these cards, to be honest. And we will have a brand new event coming out with one award or one reward that has been revealed so far, and that's Future Star 96 overall Matt Manning. And this card might be okay. I never really tried the 86 overall prospect version, but this guy is 6'6", and I'm going to go ahead and show you his player attributes and what this 96 overall Future Star card could potentially look like. So if we're looking back on some of the prospect cards that have already been updated or upgraded with the Future Star version, it seems like for the most part they've either gotten around plus 10 stamina or plus 15 in some cases, I want to say. But we also see that with hits in K per 9, right between 15 and 20 points of increase there. We also have a plus 10 for walks per 9 and a plus 20 for pitching clutch. Now, control and velocity will kind of vary between each player. I mean, every player is different, but as far as the pitching attributes that are consistently getting upgraded in that way, we can pretty much, look at a 100 stamina rating, around 100 for hits per 9, around 100 for K per 9, and about 74, maybe a few more attribute points there, but 99 clutch as well. That will be, a decent card. He does have a pretty good pitch mix. He doesn't have a sinker or a cutter, but he does have that 2-seamer, so who knows? He might be a decent card. I mean, I'm a Tigers fan, and that still doesn't really get me too pumped up, but we will have a 99 overall Signature Series version of Orlando Cepeda in the Run It Back Choice Pack. And this is a pretty good selection, in my opinion, because Orlando Cepeda didn't really have a very good card in last year's game. He only had, I think, a 93 overall. I'm going to go ahead and show his attributes as well. But this was the only card that they've revealed within the Run It Back Choice Pack today. And I was kind of hoping that we would see, all 11 players revealed, but they did reveal that event player. As I'm making this video, it's about 4:30 my time in Arizona, and we'll probably see another card revealed, whether it's the second reward in the event or another card in the Run It Back Choice Pack in about 30 minutes. I think we're going to get that reveal around 5 o'clock my time, but this was the 93 overall version of Orlando Cepeda that we had in last year's game, and I don't think he had a Cardinals version, but I'll have to double check on that as well. And I'm looking at MLB The Show Nation in MLB The Show 19, and this was the only card that you could sell on the market. Now, I don't think he had a Cardinals version, but the thing about this card is that he doesn't really have a good swing. That's the main thing about Cepeda. He has a very close stance, kind of similar to Giancarlo Stanton in a way. But before we go over the rest of the players revealed in the Run It Back pack that were revealed yesterday, I'll go ahead and show some gameplay here. We're going to go ahead and hop into the event. We're facing Hyunjin Ryu, and I haven't faced this card. This is the finest card that looked pretty interesting to me because I like trying out crafty lefties, even though they might not be the best. He also has some pretty good quirks and some pretty good attributes all around, right? I think he's, a 96 or a 97 overall? I missed it there in the pregame loading screen. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the action here. Fernando Tatis is cashing in some runs early on. We have 53 speed on first base, so I'm not going to be able to score him. But we still have 2 guys in scoring position. So that's pretty good for Manny Machado here, and I dropped the PCI. That is where you would want that dead red quirk to kick in. I'm not even sure if I just completely dropped it too fast or what, but I have seen people get rewarded, and even myself get rewarded on swings like that with those finest players. Anyway, Craig Biggio is stepping up, and he's delivering a 3-run shot on the cutter inside. Now we got to face Gavin Lux. He fouled off a couple good pitches. I could tell this guy was on the fastball. I went with the slider, and he absolutely crushed it. Mike Trout kind of got a weird lock-in animation. I was trying to have him run into the wall, make the play, because I didn't think that ball was hit really high off the wall. But anyway, unable to get the job done. He gets a triple, and now Mike Trout's going to track this one down. But there's no way he's throwing him out at home there. 80 speed will come around to score. 4-1 ball game. And this event, is 3 innings on all-star difficulty. Here we're going with Willie Mays off the bench. And remember the Manny Machado swing and how bad that one was? Well, I have no idea how this was a home run, to be honest with you. Now, he did bring in Ranger Suarez, who is a common pitcher that I've never heard of. I just don't know if this guy had any finest pitchers in his bullpen. Even if he had some starters in his rotation, he probably should have went to one of those guys rather than bringing in this common. But he wanted to replay this Griffey no-doubt shot, and I figured, why not? We'll take a look and see how far this one went. 451 there, and I didn't replay this, right? It would say waiting for the opponent, but I'm taking a look at this one. Since he replayed it, I'm down to watch it fly. Usually I'll only replay the home runs if it's my first home run with the player or the other person has replayed a few, and I just want to watch a few of mine go out if I so happen to hit some. But anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at the players that have already been revealed in the Run It Back Choice Pack. This Dennis Eckersley will have the same attributes as last year. I included all of these players' cards attributes that I'm thinking they're going to have, or the card attributes that they had in last year's game. So you can take a look at the previous video if you want to see a little bit more in depth. But I kind of just wanted to, give you a rundown or at least a recap of some of these players that will be released. This Adam Dunn might be the lowest rated card, right? A 92 overall might be the lowest rated card in the second wave of Run It Back Choice Packs. But these cards really shouldn't be that expensive anyway. I mean, if you want to try some of these guys out just because they're cheap, or if you recently just purchased the game, then maybe you'll use these types of players. But I mean, if you need some stubs as well for the collections, like Mickey Mantle, Mike Trout, you might be able to use the Run It Back Showdown in order to, grind it out a few times, sell the players. I know some people have asked me recently, what's the best way to make stubs? Probably the Run It Back Showdown, to be honest. And that's, depending on how you do it, I usually skip to the end if I'm going to complete a Run It Back Showdown. Now, I've only completed one because I've done, over 100 showdowns that way this year by skipping all the way to the end. But everybody's different. Everybody grinds the game in different ways, and you can earn, a variety of rewards along the way in that Run It Back Showdown. I think you can make stubs by just completing it if you complete each and every showdown along the way or mission along the way. Anyway, this Fergie Jenkins is probably the most intriguing card for me out of the mix, other than Dennis Eckersley, but I already have a pretty solid bullpen. Fergie Jenkins has always been a card that whenever he gets released, I want to at least try him, just because I am a big fan of what he brought to the game when he was playing. Even though I never got a chance to watch him play, I'm still a big fan of the way he pitched and, just kind of his motion in the game. It's just really cool to use that card. Now, this card, however, I won't even consider using him. Luis Aparicio, no good. He will have some speed. He'll be able to bunt, steal some bases. Maybe if you just purchase the game, you might be able to use him as a pinch runner. But I wouldn't use this guy at the plate. I'd use a guy with a lot more power, maybe a finest player, something like that. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we get some more players revealed. But let me know your thoughts about these players revealed so far. Peace.